I sweat profusely, awaiting the dreaded moment. Each tick of the clock tenses my muscles that much more, every minute making more hair stand on end. It's coming for me. I can feel it. Death. Death in the form of a single sheet of paper. I take the small pile of the paper from the student in front of me and pass it backwards after plucking off the top piece. Looking to the top right of the page, I find fears realized within the small red circle. 43. I hang my head and sigh in resignation, cursing under my breath. I can feel the aura of a similar sentiment rising from the entire class. It's strange, but the fact lifts my mood by a minuscule amount. Misery loves company, I suppose. As the teacher opens his mouth, the room braces the inevitable onslaught, only to be saved at the last minute. We quickly move to collect our bags and leave for lunch post-haste, but the teacher delivers a parting broadside. We'll be discussing the class test scores next lesson. Needless to say, there will be quite some discussion to be had. A collective groan responds from the class, now reduced to shuffling out dejectedly. I push the sheets into my bag as I walk along the hallway, crumpling it in the process. It's enough that such a troublesome letter ended up on my desk yesterday. And now, this. I hate English. Sao, oh! A stern female voice gruffly calls out from behind me. I freeze on the spot. My face becomes like stone, as if I feel my brain disconnecting from my body. My eyes slowly shift right, trying to catch a glimpse of the disembodied voice. Nothing? My face begins to slip as the time passes. I decide to risk turning my head. Ever slowly, I twist it to the... Gah! I jump into the air and drop my bag, yelling out in surprise. As I recover and regain my composure, I turn to see. I should have known. Emmy. Gotcha, Hisao! She stands there with a mischievous grin on her face, hands forward and fingers pointed inwards. She was the one who jabbed my ribs with her fingers. I looked down at her with a grimace, rubbing my hair in frustration. There's no way to greet someone you know. You have no sense of humor. I left my sense of humor in my English class. Complain to the teacher if you want it given back to me. She pulls the best puppy dog's eyes on me, and she pouts. Lily's managed to build up my resistance to the tactic, but Emmy's short stature adds enough to the effect to make me relent. So, how are things? I haven't seen you around for a while. Same old, same old. I run so fast, nobody wants to join me on my morning runs. It's a real pain. Her modesty never fails to amuse me. Although... No. You know what I'm thinking, don't you, Isao? Wearing my emotions on my sleeve is one of the worst habits. She's seen right through me. Fortunately, I see someone else approaching us. That gives me an out. Oh, hi, Hanako. I give her a welcome wave and try my best at looking like I haven't noticed Emmy's pouting face. She gives a small wave back. Hello, Hisao. Emmy. Hey, Hanako. I'll join you and Lily in a sec. Actually, speaking of lunchtime company, it's odd to see you without Rin, Emmy. Ah, Rin! Without a second word, she forgets all about us and bolts off and up the hallway. She must have forgotten she was waiting for her. Hanako and I stand speechless, only able to helplessly stand to watch the ball for a seemingly boundless energy dash off. Oh yeah, Hisao! She suddenly stopped herself just before vanishing around the corner to the rooftop staircase, spinning around to meet our bemused faces. I hate English too. And with that, she disappears. All I can do is hang my head and give a long sigh, thoroughly left in the dust. As I hear a short giggle coming from behind me, I turn to see Anako smiling at the corner my attacker rounded. I pick up my dropped bag from the floor and quickly dust it off. Afternoon, been busy? You don't like English? Oh, nah. I had a test on it a while back and Emmy caught me brooding about the results. Ah, sorry. She averts her gaze, guilt written on her face, A casual observer would think she'd just accidentally reminded me of a dead relative. Come on, it's not your fault. How are you doing in it? She looks up through, still avoids meeting my eyes. Alright, I suppose. An awkward silence passes. They seem all too common around Hanako. Oh, Lily asked if you would like to join us for lunch on the roof. What? I guess I don't exactly have any pressing engagements to attend to. Sure, I'll be right up. I'll go get my lunch from the cafeteria now, then. Go on, you don't need my approval to leave, you know. Oh, okay, I'll be going then. She gives a skittish reply, a small nod, and quickly makes off towards the cafeteria. I guess she must have forgotten to bring lunch today. As I walk through the hallways, more and more students start to come out of the classroom and pass me, going on in the same direction as Nako went. By the time I manage to make it to the stairs, I'm having pushed my way past a busily chatting throng of students. Dude, is no one... Are we gonna have lunch with Emmy, Rin, and Uncle Lily? Is that what's going on here? I finally managed to get past the last of the crowd and around the staircase, slumping slightly in relief, and slowing my pace before I opened the door to the roof. Ah! Damn! I momentarily avert my eyes, all but blinding by the harsh summer sun. I slowly regain my vision, the surroundings finally take form. Lily, Emmy, Rin sit together on the rooftop, the top of the hilltop forest around, Imaku visibly past the fence around them, as if to frame the view. Hi, Sal. Lily and Rin give a quick nod of acknowledgement and a deep nod of greeting, respectively. I start walking towards the rather mismatched trio. I can't help marveling at the speed with which Emmy devours the rest of her half-eaten banana. Hey, strange to see you three together like this. It seems to have been quite the day of coincidences. Well, Emmy and Rin decided to eat on the roof just as Hanako and I decided to. You stole it! The spot was ours! Simmer down. You don't need to steal a place in the school. You can't steal a place in the school. I plonk myself down beside Lily, the four of us creating a semicircle. I think she is right. You too? The butterfly is her accomplice. The butter? As I glance around, sure enough, a small yellow butterfly floats across my field of vision. So, tell me, how did this butterfly help you, Lily, steal the spot? It scattered at our conversation, and told her. I should have known better than to expect some reasoning from Rin. Regardless, I guess it wouldn't hurt to just play along. You're telling me she can talk to butterflies? There are people who can talk to horses, called horse whisperers. Lily must be a butterfly whisperer. I bury my head in my hands. I don't remember Emmy's voice. That's really bad of me. Round of her strange companion, she doesn't seem to share Rin's sense of humor. Whisperers don't work like that. Emmy and Rin continue their banter, and as I turn to Lily, who's busily finishing off her small box of curry and rice with a pair of wooden chopsticks. So, what brought you up here today, anyway? A little fresh air every now and again doesn't hurt. Ah! Emmy breaks off from her vain attempt to introduce the concept of logic to Rin. That's why we came up here, too. Something tells me it was her idea alone, and that Rin only got dragged up here on Emmy's whim. Then again, the same could probably be said as of Lily and Hanako. Now, we can share. The creaking of the door to roof can be heard as soon as she says the word. A moment of silence falls over us, as everyone's attention focuses on the figure appearing from it. Hanako slowly walks over to us, her eyes pinned to the ground, silently ruining the attention she's attracting. She tenses just barely when her eyes meet Rin's. I can't help raising an eyebrow as she walks over to us and sits next to me, doing her utmost to avoid looking up even as she's bringing her cafeteria bread to her mouth. So, how do you and Emmy know each other anyways? Emmy's somewhat well known around the school for her athletic ability. She's a fast member of the track and field club by some margin, even beating Miki, Miura at the track meet last week. Miki Miura. Ah, the tan girl in the front of my class. Considering her height and toned body, being able to beat her is quite an accomplishment. Looking over to Emmy, it's very clear she's well aware of the fact that she beams proudly. So is Sal. What was your score in English? Ouch. No comment. Boo. She puffs her cheeks and pouts, but it doesn't take long for her to bounce back. Alright, if I tell you mine, you had to tell me yours, deal. Fine. Okay. On the count of 3, we will say our results. 1, 2, 3. 32. I beam a mischievous grin. Ah! Evil. I saw Rin grin at that too. You said it, not me. Still, the fact that you managed to even lower score than me is kind of amazing. Grr. She looks and sounds like a small terrier growling at an intruder. I can't say it's the most threatening sight I've seen. Either way, scoring higher than 32 isn't something to boast about, much less scoring below it for any subject. Yes, Lily. Sorry, Lily. I could help with your English if you'd like. It'd be my pleasure to. No, that's fine, but I appreciate the thought, really. Lily looks slightly deflated, her hopes of imparting her knowledge dashed. Judging from the badly hidden laughter of the rest of us, neither she nor Remy seem to have garnered too much pity. You know, you really could get... You'd probably be like the best... You'd probably be the best at English. You'd probably be talking like... As it sit happily through, I feel my voice suddenly cut off at my chest. Clenches. What? Wait a second, what? I sit in silence for a few seconds, all my concentration forced on my heartbeat. It's only a small pain, but the ache feels like it's growing. Breathe deeply. I glance upward to try and keep at least some of my attention on my surroundings. To see Emmy suddenly freezing while she noticed the expression of my pain on my face out the corner of my eye. Right. Hey, it's Sal. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I look back down and redouble my effort and try and stay calm, clenching my fist to try and dull the pain. Dude, look at Rin. She doesn't care. It takes short time, but the pain thankfully begins to fade. Oh my god, that's hilarious. When I look back up, there's only silence and pensive faces to be seen. I guess I better explain myself. Arrhythmia. I'm fine. It's just a heart flutter. Are you sure? Should we get the nurse? Taking her cue, Hanako quickly picks herself up, begins to dash through the door. Hanako, stop. Lily, I'm fine. You look like a wet, wrinkling tomato. Huh? As I bring my hand to my forehead, I can feel the beads of sweat gathering on it, and dab them off with my cuffs. Thanks. I told you I'm fine. I'm just kind of fragile, I guess. The entire atmosphere changed from one gaily to downcast faces, the situation being too awkward for anyone to know exactly how to react. And of course, the whole thing is thanks to me. It just had to happen now, around others. No, Emmy. She looks up at the box of juice halfway to her mouth. I haven't told you my score yet, have I? Ooh. Yeah, well, you're half foreign, so your score doesn't count anyway. Lifting an eyebrow, I inquisitively turn at Lily. What was your test result anyway? 105. She gives a cheeky grin. 100%. Perfect score. No way. All we can do is hang my mouth open in wonder. Considering those tests are insane, even from the native speakers, I can only imagine she's gone and done something like committing to mind part of the dictionary. A gift for wrought mesmerization, maybe. That's... See, only someone part foreign could go that good. Let's see. Lily and I grinned at Emmy's expense. Her reaction identical to mine when I first tripped on the little landmine. Lily's foreign ancestry does raise a point, though. Ah, that's right. You leave tomorrow for Scotland, don't... Why would you bring that up? That's correct. Emmy heard some rumors about it. It seems the word's spreading quickly, concerning I only told a friend in my class a couple days ago. It must be so nice to go halfway around the world on a holiday. Hey, can you buy me something while you're there? Don't be too shy now. Lily gives a light-hearted giggle, evidently fully expecting Emmy's bluntness. The rest of my lunch continues much as the same as before. The jaundiced from before, my heart flutters, thankfully, returned in full. As everyone flies off with appropriate farewells, only Lily and I are left. Hey Lily. She packs her last of her things into her bag and clips it shut before perking her heads up slightly. Thanks for breaking the silence back there. I kinda wanted to stop it, but didn't really know how to. As much as I'd like to sound less morose about it. The letter from yesterday screwing up a test so badly in class, and now my heart makes things very hard indeed. She gives an indulgent smile and nods. I hope she hasn't picked up on it, but knowing her, it's unlikely that she hasn't. Emmy's strong, but only human. We do worry about you, Sal. Hold on. Why would I worry you? Her smiling face claps become uncomfortably serious. Sal, we are not ignorant of your situation. She suddenly cuts herself short, unsure of whether she should say what she intends to. I give a weak smile and rest my hand on her shoulder. Sal does that a lot. It's enough that I worry about it. I don't want you all to shoulder my burden, like how I'm on your shoulder right now. But if you all worry about it, I have to worry about you worrying. If that makes sense. I'm fine, okay? For a moment she looks to be lost in thought, carefully pondering how to react. Sal, do you have any paper left from the food packaging? I think so. I'll just check. I rummage around in my bag for the leftover from lunch, eventually finding a paper square from my sandwich package. My eyebrow raised and my expression rather quizzical. I gently place the square into Lily's hand. Without another word, she brings her fingers around it. Just feel the edges. It should be large enough. With both of us seated on the roof, the minutes to lesson ticking away, she proceeds to lay the item on the ground and begin her work in earnest. Wrapped in silence, I watch her fingers move about on the small square with amazing dexterity. A small fold here, a large fold there. Her fingertips keep a slow but sure pace. Looking up, her expression is calm and placid. The fact that her face is pointed well above the sheet in front of her makes the sight of her work all the more curious. Her shoulders slump a bit after finishing one final fold. Her work apparently done. It's only when she holds the item up in her hands that I realize what it is. A small origami crane. Light brown, thanks to the packaging used. The result looks quite delicate and precise. You can do origami? I taught myself how to do it when I was younger. It's improvised my dexterity a bit. Huh. A little baffled, I carefully take the small bird from her pale cupped hands, as if it would break from the slightest breath. It seems to be folded quite well and holds its shape easily. We both grab our bags and head out to the door. Lily extended her crane as she does so. I hold Lily's handiwork up to my face for further inspection while we walk down the hallway, her hand running down the silver handrail for orientation. If she taught herself origami to improve her dexterity, with the use of her hands meaning so much to her given her condition. So that's it. I smile and I realize the bird's meaning. Everyone here has had to find their own ways of dealing with their conditions. You aren't alone here when you have problems. Thanks, Lily. I appreciate this. She gives a sweet smile and a nod, not using words where none need to be used in our typical manner. All I ask is that you take care of yourself, Isao. Don't worry. I will. Promise? Promise. And with that, we part ways. To be honest, I don't know what annoys me more. The fact I could die at any moment, or the fact that everyone knows that. I guess I'll just I'll take each day as it comes. As an unexpected present in my hand reminds me I'm not alone here. Even though I may be like this, I'm not alone. If anyone worries, I'll smile. I'll smile enough for all their worries to go away.